Hey everybody. So in this video, I'm going to do a review of the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Raven and Aqualad figures. So I just found these two at a Target. I was doing one of my usual weekend toy hunts, and well, I didn't find what I was looking for because I was hitting up some Targets looking for the new Batman 89 Batmobile and Batman figure, and I was hitting up a couple Walmarts looking for the Walmart exclusive Beast Boy figure. And I did not find any of those at all. I didn't even see any sign of any of those. But I did find these two. They were actually kind of right next to each other on the pegs. And I have been kind of saying to myself, if you see these, you might as well get them. So for the Aqualad figure, from this set of figures, this is the 7-inch scale Page Punchers line. So this line is Aqualad, Aquaman, Black Manta, and Ocean Master. And they are the $25 figures because they come with the comic book. And, you know, honestly, Aqualad is the only figure from the set that I have any interest in. I have seen the Aquaman a couple times, and honestly, the Aquaman figure does not look very good to me. It's the orange shirt for the Aquaman figure looks really kind of weird. The color and the texture looks weird. The face sculpt I'm not crazy about either. And I have not seen the Black Manta and the Ocean Master figures yet, but I'm not super crazy about the version of Ocean Master. I really like the version that we already got from the DC Multiverse line. And I have a couple different versions of Ocean Master from the DC Classics line. I just feel like I have enough Ocean Masters. Now, I do think that the Black Manta figure from this set looks good, at least from the pictures that I've seen, because I haven't seen him in person either. But I feel like I have plenty of Black Manta figures as well. I have the DC Classics, I have the DC Direct. I feel like I have plenty of Black Manta figures, and I don't know if I really need yet another one. But I do not have this particular version of Aqualad, and I think this figure actually looks really, really great. You know, the head sculpt, and we'll take a better look out of the box. But just I just think this figure is very well done. So you can see the side, it just says Aqualad and then Aquaman comic. So here's the artwork on the comic. There's the picture of the figure, and then I guess if you need to see the barcode for anything, there's the barcode. So yeah, I think this figure looks pretty cool. And again, you know, I do not have a version of Jackson Hyde, and you know, he is a one of I'm going to say one of my favorite of the new characters. You know, I don't know if he exactly debuted in New 52 or Rebirth. I feel like he debuted in Rebirth, not New 52, because I don't even think he's that old of a character, because New 52 is, I don't know, it's old at this point. But you know, he's a relatively very new character, and out of all these like new characters that DC has created in the last 5 to 10 years, he's one of my favorite characters. Now, going over to Raven. This is an interesting one because Raven is one of my favorite just DC characters. I always have liked her in the old school Teen Titans comic, in the Teen Titans cartoon. I absolutely love the way they characterized her in the new Teen Titans comic. Which was one of my favorite comic books back in the day, the Teen Titans with Tim Drake Robin and T-shirt and jeans Superboy. You know, basically combination of the Teen Titans from the late 80s and the Young Justice Titans came together and formed that new group of Teen Titans. That is my absolute favorite iteration of the team, just because that was prime comic book reading time for me based on my age and my interest. So I actually pre-ordered this entire wave on Amazon because I really, really did want to build the Beast Boy figure. But then when I started watching some other reviews on YouTube and I started seeing people post some pictures on Instagram, I really thought to myself, you know what, I'm not going to do it. Because I really did not like the Nightwing figure. I'm very happy with the version of Nightwing I got from the Batman Family 5-pack. I really do not need another Nightwing figure. And like I said, I really don't think that the Nightwing figure that comes with this set, I don't think that it's better. I actually think it's worse than the version I already have. Honestly, not a huge fan of Arsenal and Donna Troy. I think they're fine. They're just not, you know, my like go-to characters in terms of my version of Teen Titans. You know, I know, obviously I know who they are. You know, they're Speedy and Wonder Girl. You know, they're OG original Teen Titans who are now older, and you know, they're adults, and they have, you know, I know all about their backstory. I just thought to myself, you know, I really don't need to spend $100 on this wave of figures when I really just want Raven, and I do kind of want the like monster version of Beast Boy. So when I went to this Target and I saw these two, and they also had Donna Troy, and I looked at the Donna Troy figure, you know, had it in my hand, and I was like, no, I don't need this figure. I do not need to spend $25 on a figure that I am not interested in at all. So I'm going to hold on to these collect-to-build pieces, and we'll see. Maybe someday I'll get the other pieces. Maybe I'll use these in some sort of custom figure. But I do think the Raven looks really good. So I really do like this Raven figure. I think that, you know, even though it's obviously based off of, you know, a more recent version, I think that I can definitely use her in, you know, just a more kind of just, I guess we could say, my version of the Teen Titans. So here's the 4 figures. And again, I just feel like I don't need any of these except for Raven. Like, I really like the Raven figure, and that's really it. All right, so enough rambling. Let's get these two out of the packaging, take a look at what they're all about, and do some comparisons. All right, and here are Jackson and Raven out of their packages. Lots of plastic tabs getting these guys out of here. Not too hard of a time to get them to stand. I thought I was going to have a harder time than what I did, so that's good. They both have very tiny feet, and the cape on Raven is you know, pretty thick and heavy. But I think what's working is they both have the newer ankle articulation. Instead of that big, ugly kind of ball joint, it's the newer ankle articulation. And I think that helps a lot with the stability of the figure. So it was, you know, it took a couple seconds to get them to stand, but it wasn't as challenging as some of these figures have been in the past. So starting with Aqualad, here is the comic book that he comes with. The artwork on the front's really nice. I haven't read it or anything yet. It looks pretty cool on the inside. The artwork looks like the kind of artwork I really enjoy. So there we go. I'll read that at some point or another. Here is his round stand, which I just have a giant pile of these in a baggie. Here is his card. So there you go. And then on the back, there is his bio. So you can pause and read that if you don't know who this character is. And then he has got his weapons, which are his water swords. I don't know if these have another name or not, but basically, like Mira, he has water bending powers, or hydrokinesis. So he can actually take these, sword handles and turn them into, water swords, basically. So that's cool. Then for Raven, we of course have her round stand. We have her card, which, McFarlane does this all the time. We get artwork of the version that we all want, and then the figure is not what's on the card, because this happens all the time. It just happened with the Superboy figure. So this is the version of Raven I would have loved to have gotten. Like, this is the Raven that I want, but we didn't get that. So here is her bio, if you want to pause and read that. So, oh well. So Raven comes with these little power effects, and I was trying to look at these. I'm not exactly sure. I guess they just go into like her hand, but I'm not sure. I don't know how these go in, because they just have little holes, and she has a fist and an open hand. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how these go. So let me know in the comments if you know how these are supposed to fit in there. And then we get our Beast Boy collect-to-build parts, and this face sculpt is so good. I mean, this is another reason why I didn't mind spending the 25 bucks on the Raven figure, is I'm going to absolutely use this head sculpt in something. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's so good. It's so well painted and detailed, and the green is just so great. And then here are the hands that she also comes with. And McFarlane does this a lot too. Like, we get one fist and one open hand. Like, can we please get two of each? I mean, that would be great, because I feel like so many of us, we like to pose our figures with either two fists or two open hands. I mean, that's how I do a lot. Like, a lot of my figures, it's either two open hands to hold weapons or to be like grabbing somebody, or two fists because they're like, punching or running. And it's like one open and one fist. It's like, come on. But they're still cool looking, and the claws and stuff are painted. So still neat. I mean, I'm definitely going to use these. I just don't know what I'm doing yet. And sometimes, sometimes it's kind of fun, the challenge of, tracking down Build-A-Figure pieces. Sometimes it's annoying, but sometimes it's fun. Just the challenge of literally trying to find them for a good deal, finding them at like a show, or finding them on eBay for a couple dollars instead of having to buy the whole figure that you don't really need. Or sometimes you can get them in like a trade, some kind of thing like that. So we'll see. I don't know, but I wouldn't mind having like the big kind of monstrous Beast Boy figure. But what I really, really want is that Walmart exclusive normal Teen Titans Beast Boy. That's what I really want, and I cannot seem to find anywhere. But anyway, let's take a look at Aqualad. First of all, this head sculpt is really, really good. It's really well detailed and painted. I love the orange on his shirt and like the fish scales, and the gold belt buckle, and then like the water power tattoos on his arm. This figure is really, really nicely done. And again, I don't always pay full price for these figures. And the fact that the 7-inch page punchers are $25 instead of $20 makes it even worse. See, he's got the fins on the back. There's even details on like his, where he keeps his sword handles. These are not removable. They stay in there. Articulation, head, actually his head goes up pretty far and down pretty far. That's nice. There's fantastic tilt. And of course, side to side. Shoulders go up nice and easy. All the way around. Double elbows. The wrists back and forth. He's got the nice diaphragm cut. Now he can't really lean forward too much, at least I can't really get him to, but his head goes down, so that's fine. Swivel at the waist. He's got the typical kind of hips that we're used to. Legs go out, not too far. Knees, double jointed knees, bend really good, but the fins will kind of get in the way there a bit. And like I said, he's got these, the newer ankle joints, which work much better, and they look much better too. I would say they look better than they work, but they're still way better than those old ones. And then of course, we always get the toe articulation, which really I could, you know, I could take or leave the toe articulation unless it's like the Flash or something. So just, you know, like I said, you know, a lot of times I'll wait and get these on sale, or I'll get a deal on them in some way or another. Trying to get him to stand, that's all right, because I want to pose him with his weapons anyway. But, you know, just every so often, depending on the character or depending on just how good the figure looks, you know, I will pay full price for a McFarlane DC figure. Again, a lot of times I just wait because they do tend to go on sale pretty much everywhere. But, you know, if the figure looks really good, or if it's one of my absolute favorite characters of all time, I'll just get them right away. That way I can have them and enjoy them. And if they end up going on sale, I just kind of like, whatever, I don't care. It was, you know, it was one that I really wanted. But a lot of the times I will kind of wait. All right, I'm trying to get him in a good pose here with his swords. And it kind of bothers me a little tiny bit that you can't take his, you know, weapons out, because it's kind of weird that he has, you know, like he has the handles. Of course, now he doesn't want to cooperate. Here we go. He has the handles like in his backpack thing, but then he's also holding his weapons. So I don't know. I mean, I guess you could just say, you know, maybe he has like just extras. It's just weird that he's holding them and he has these. Like, it'd be nice if they were removable, so you could pose him like he has them in storage, and then you can take them out, and then he has them because he's using them. But it's okay. I think he looks great. I think it's nice to have this character, you know, this version. And again, it's a version I don't have in any iteration, in any type of DC, you know, toy line. I don't have this character. So there you go. Now, taking a look at Raven, of course, she has this big cape and cloak and hood. So that's going to really limit her movement, her head. The cape is really thick and not pliable really at all. So, you know, that's going to affect things as well. But she does have double jointed elbows. Her wrists are a little bit stiff. She turns at the waist and a little bit of a diaphragm cut, but not a lot. Regular old hips like we are used to. Double jointed knees, which will go all the way up. You know, again, the cape just kind of gets in the way of things. And then the ankles are great because, again, the newer ankles, and we have toe articulation. So let me see if I can figure out these power effects. I really have no idea how they're supposed to go. I just don't get it. I really cannot figure it out, because it looks like they would go like on her hand as like a blast effect, but I have no idea. It just doesn't really make sense to me, because she's got, you know, there's little holes in here. I don't know if you can see. There's like a hole right there, but where are you supposed to put it? Like, she has this gripping hand and this punching hand. So I have no idea. But she still looks good. I mean, I am stumped. I mean, I know this is wrong, but she can like hold it, like she can do that. uh, but yeah, I mean, she still looks cool. It's obviously Raven. It's not exactly the version I would have liked to have. And then I don't know, maybe we'll get the more classic version of Raven without a collect and connect piece, and then maybe she'll come with a flight stand. That would be cool, because I feel like Raven should really have a flight stand. I think that would be awesome. So let's just do a quick comparison here. I've got my customized Superboy figure. Now, of course, this is not the right version of Superboy to go with these two, but that's okay. Because I love this figure. I'm so glad. I'm so happy how he turned out. He was a lot of work to get just right, and he scales pretty good. He might be a little bit tall. And then I've got my preferred version of Nightwing here, and I already have him posed, so he's gonna be he has his like legs bent. But yeah, let me move Jackson back just a bit so we can get everybody in the shot. So it's kind of cool because it's like multiple generations here. So we've got just the regular Nightwing, and then we've got the newest Aqualad, and then we have the new version of Raven, and then the first appearance of Superboy. So it's almost like a Worlds Collide multiversal kind of thing, where you have different timeline versions of Nightwing, Aqualad, Raven, and Superboy kind of teaming up. I do want to do a custom of T-shirt and jeans Superboy one of these days. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that. I'm perfectly happy with this version of Nightwing. I would love to get a more classic version of Raven. But I really like actually how these all look together. Like the colors, the reds, orange, and blues really all kind of pop together. And then, they're holding their weapons and stuff. So yeah, that looks pretty cool. So let me know what new DC Multiverse figures you're looking for. Have you found that Beast Boy figure that some people seem to be finding tons of? Other people like me, there is no sign of him. I have been to Walmarts at 3 different states and nothing. So I guess just different areas are getting him, but definitely not my area. But yeah, feel free to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Have a good one.